Virgo, welcome back. This is your extended reading. I pulled some more cards for May 2018. So we are right nearing the end of May, and the initial reading for Virgo was all about staying positive and relaxing, trusting and waiting. So we know that we're in a new cycle, and that's bringing in energies that we've never felt before. Unless you're well into your 80s, you've never felt the energies of Uranus stationing into Taurus, and it's literally a whole new era of your individual life. So when I clarified the reading, again, we talked about a lot of, that sense of trusting and waiting that many Virgos, I feel, have had a problem with. And when I look at these cards, it's very much inward struggle. So this is like a really strong sense of being just really inside your own head. You have the Tower card, which is a major arcana. This is a new cycle, and this is a great representation of Uranus repositioning itself. It's going to bring a lot of change. We don't know how soon. Sometimes it's disruptive, sometimes it's welcome, but regardless, it is always something for our own good. And sometimes we look back at, when we're at the end of the 7-year cycle, we can look back and clearly see that certain changes were not only for our own well-being and growth, but we're so thankful for them in retrospect, in hindsight. I love the Tower card. I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but I see it as the house of God. You see the little blessings being rained down, and the people are basically being, let's just say, repositioned. But either way, the crown of this tower is tearing off, and it is really all about growth. So I like to see that. Now, these cards, this energy right here is representing Virgo, how Virgo is feeling, many, many Virgos. This is a general reading, but this is the basic energy, and it's inward. Here's Virgo. And this card can certainly mean kind of a mental mastery, a mental trusting. But with the other cards in this reading, I'm definitely getting the feeling that this is more about confusion, kind of being in that place where you're not necessarily bound, but feeling constricted. Something's not quite jiving. All right, so you have these three at the bottom of your reading. You have the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Moon card. And they are, they're all about going within. They're all about introspection. They're about thinking about that, thinking about your life path, thinking about your life purpose. What do you want? We've got the Moon in 2 of these cards. It's symbolizes the intuition, but also the divine guidance that is over us at all times, always calling to us. And 8 symbolize mastery. So, that's something to look forward to, because even though you're in your head, even though many, many Virgos are just unsure about this next phase of their life or where they are right now, this is something to look forward to. But it's really, really, the energy is telling you to it's necessary to look within. It's necessary to know what you want. And this new beginning this new energy is here. This new beginning is here. It's just going to be a matter of identifying it. And again, waiting, not in a conflicted, not in anxiety, but just resting in the universe, knowing that the universe has your back. The woman in this card wears a blindfold to represent that inner peace, that inner trust, that sense of just knowing that everything's okay. Like I said, the universe has her back, but there's a fine line between that. There's a fine line between where we reach that state of trust and waiting, where we understand that if we're limited in our current situation, that there's a reason for it. And time passes, and it's always for our growth. But there's a fine line between that and the kind of mental anxiety and restlessness and worry that one can feel, which can also be represented by this card. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. It really is a new cycle. Of course it is. But this is a cycle of self. And I felt that energy in the first reading, and it's just reinforced here that Virgo is going to be dealing a lot and working a lot on self, kind of continuing that last station of Uranus in Aries. And it's going to kind of continue for a little bit for Virgo going into this new cycle. So I will see you in 2 weeks. We'll see, actually less than 2 weeks now, and we will see where we're at for Virgo. Maybe I'll get a little more into the astrology then. It's really hard to keep these videos concise and to bring through the tarot energies and bring too much of the astrology into it. But maybe I'll do that for Virgo in June. Either way, I will see you in 2 weeks, and just calm down. Find that place within you. Find that peace and trust, because you are in the new cycle, and that is just so exciting. These new energies are exciting. I say it all the time, but they are so exciting. All right, I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, Virgo.